No, can you ask me a question, please? I like stories that are like very crazy, and I like cartoons because it's funny and they can do whatever they want. Like, yeah.
We are going to begin today's session with the first of today's changemakers, Leo Waddle. Leo is a transgender boy. He was born female, but knew from a very early age that his body didn't fit his gender identity. At the age of 11, his name was changed by deed poll, and he started seeing a gender specialist to help with his transition. Leo took part in the CBBC My Life documentary, I Am Leo, and since then he's been helping raise transgender awareness, and now at 15 is preparing to start taking testosterone to continue his puberty as a male. Please give Leo a special CMC welcome. Leo.
Hello everyone, my name is Leo Waddle. I'm 15 years old and I'm transgender. I was born female, but as far back as I can remember, I knew I am a boy. Mum didn't know what transgender was, which was really confusing, but she let me have short hair and wear boys' clothes. But still used female pronouns and called me Lily, which was horrible. We started to do some research on the internet and found out that transgender people don't identify to the body they were assigned at birth. Their brains didn't match their bodies. I knew that was me, which was a massive step forward. Then, through some friends, we met Aidan, a fully transitioned trans man. He was the first person to treat me like a boy, called me Leo and used male pronouns. He told Mum about deed poll and how she could change my name legally. I was happier than I've ever felt in years. He made the family listen to me and call me Leo and call me by male pronouns. Aidan was my inspiration. I wanted to be him. Now I think he copies me. By the age of 9, I was really depressed. At school, I was called Lily, treated like a girl, and it was horrible. We went in to speak to the school, and she said, don't be silly, if you were a boy, you wouldn't be cuddled up to your mum crying, and told us just to go see the GP, which we did, and she said, you'll probably just grow up to be a lesbian, which was wrong. The head teacher would take me out of class all the time to call me a girl and try and brainwash me into changing my mind. I spent hours in my room crying alone. I was bullied because no one understood me and no one understood what transgender was. But on my 11th birthday, my mum changed my name through deed poll from Lily to Leo and my title from Miss to Master. So we thought the school must take us seriously now, but they didn't. They called social services and said Mum was forcing me to be a boy because she had all daughters. The social worker came and spoke to us and realised I wasn't a child at risk, but a child in need. So she found out what help was available, which was CAMS, which was a family support work that the whole family went to, and we had a support worker. They then referred us to Tavistock, which is a massive hospital in London for trans people. And after my first session, they said, yeah, you're a boy, you're trans. Then my sister found a group called Press for Change, set up by Stephen Whittle, which is a massive group about trans law. They phoned the school and made the school call me Leo. Then on Facebook, I got in contact with some trans people who were making a documentary, and they thought my story was so good and told it to the Mirror. So we'd done an interview, and luckily it was so positive. So then come the opportunity to go on this morning, which was amazing, and I finally felt good being able to tell my story out loud. And I fell in love with Holly. I could see that my message got out there as I got loads of messages asking for support and advice. I could see that I was raising awareness and already helping a lot of people. Then come the opportunity to make my documentary, I Am Leo, where I got to meet Stephen Whittle, a real trans superhero. The documentary was absolutely amazing. It won 3 awards, an Emmy, a BAFTA and an RTS, which is really exciting. It was my opportunity to show people that we're not mad and we're not bonkers, we're just trans. And there's the awards. I want to be able to raise a lot more awareness and make more professional people more educated so it helps other trans people. I want to be able to show people that if you stay strong and positive, good things will happen. I want to be able to stop trans discrimination and bullying. I want to make another documentary following my journey, having my eggs frozen so that I can have my own children, starting testosterone and finally having my gender reassignment surgery. I want to carry on being in media because I love being in front of the camera and I'm really confident. I want to be one of the main faces of transgender. Any questions?
Hi, Leo. Hi.
Right.
I'd like to ask you, what words of support would you give to somebody else who's they're having, difficulty transgendering?
I think just to stay strong and stay positive and be yourself. Don't let anyone change you. Like, you are who you are and you should be proud.
Where do you think you get your confidence from?
I don't know. That
It comes
atmosphere.
naturally.
What sort of resources would you have found helpful when you were trying to investigate things with your mum?
It's definitely the internet. 100%.
Do you have an agent?
No.
Leo, you're amazing.
Thank you.
I was inspired by you in Cannes as well when you got the awards at the Emmys.
Yeah.
How are you treated at school now? Has there been a complete change for you, do you think?
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Like, I
That's
can
so
use the
great.
boys' toilets now and I'm treated like a boy 100%.
Hi, Leo.
Right?
Were you nervous about the whole process of making a documentary, and how did that come about for you? How useful was it? Was it scary?
No, I was just buzzing.
Right, if you were auditioning for something, you'd get the part straight away. Have you got any ideas about acting in things, other than doing your documentaries?
I don't know, I'll give it a try.
What are you offering?
I'm just a composer, I don't have any money, obviously. But no, the main...
You sing? You sing?
You can have my card later. But the real question I was going to ask you, you mentioned about your sisters and the
Yeah.
whole sort of family, you're being kind of dominated. Well, are they really nice to you? And was that part of it? I mean, obviously they were trying to put it down to that, weren't they? That you
Yeah.
had, lots of sisters. How did you, is there any foundation in that?
Well, my younger sister was fantastic. She was the first person to accept me. And then my older sister was really good. And my oldest sister struggled a bit, but now she's absolutely fantastic. We're so close. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Leo. Excellent, excellent. Take those back. Thank you. Fantastic, fantastic.